Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Thursday, the 17th of November. These are the charts of the day. Like we do every Thursday, a quick review of the swing trades of the last few weeks. And you'll note that I haven't had one in about 6 days, since that's very unusual, but it's not because I don't like a lot of charts. The market's pulled back in the last 6 days, and I want to see what may develop. And it's given us an opportunity. Many of the stocks you're going to see today, after breaking out, they've pulled back, and they might be in buying zones. So let's take a look at them. AXSM, for example, exploded at the resistance and pulled back. It's been a nice orderly retrace in a 7 or 8 day pullback. It's near the 50. It's near lateral price support. It's above the long-term trend line. I think it's a buy right in that zone. We shall see. It did reverse today from 49.81 to 54 and change, finished 53.65. And the long-term chart, what tells me that targets are 71 and 87. CGC, I still believe that the bottom has been put in this stock, and that even though it's pulled back for the last couple of days, it may represent an opportunity for a stock that is probably going to go to 5.5, 6 3/4. COMP exploded and pulled back right to this support point, and it might be a buy too. The pullback came in low volume. Compass, the software stock, targets now are going to be back up around 4 and then 5. EBIX popped and pulled back, and for me, it stopped out, meaning the pullback is too far. And although it's coming low volume, it may be worth watching, but it's no longer on my swing list. FCX. You can see the FCX is pulled back as well, with price of copper pulling back, but it is well above support. And at this point, I'm looking to see if this stock can extend, which I think it will, to 40, 41, and then 45. INMD popped out, broke out, and made a nominal new high and backed off. Reversed a little bit today. It's still down on the day, but it did bounce off the moving average. I think it's headed towards 43 and 48. MGNX has been stellar since we put it out as a swing trade. You can see it's run from 3 to 7 3/4, backed off a little bit, but came out again today. My next targets are now 9 and 11. PERI's been looking great here. Came across resistance to set a nominal new 52-week high. And now I believe we're headed to 29 and 33. Purple came out of a beautiful base, surged and backed off. The pullback's come on low volume. I think it's a setup for a move to 6 1/4 and 7 3/4. Ring Central broke out, popped to resistance across here, backed off to test support and the moving averages in this zone. I'd like to see it hold right about that 36.5, 7 range. Targets are 42 and 46. RVPH, that's Reviva Pharmaceuticals, has backed off the top of the channel to meet the bottom of the channel and held here, at least for now. I need to get this one moving again, back above 470. Then your targets are 6 and 8. SKYT popped and broke out with a breakaway gap on volume, but backed off to fill the gap. Today it bounced nicely, up 84 cents or 9%. Looking for a retest at 12.5, 13, and then 16. TASK spiked up and backed off. May have been stopped out today. I'll have to keep a tab on it, but the key support for me is now 18. I'd like to see it recover, and the target's 24 27. VRT popped out, pulled back, and popped again. Finally, this pullback is retesting the breakout point. I'd like to see that hold right in this range as well, with the target now at 16 and 19. And finally, ZYME broke out and backed off, testing the moving average and reversed today. This target is 880. We get through that, I'm looking at 11 and 14. And that's a quick look at some of the swing trades at thetechtrader.com. Have a great evening, everybody.